Hello, very good evening to all of you. I am Mahen Pratap Singh. Welcome to my News Simplified. I created this YouTube channel to cater to the needs of the civil service aspirants. Someone told me that this channel cannot run successfully because you are just speaking in English and not using Hindi. But I am not going to dilute my principles. There will be no compromise on principles. I shall be presenting my news in English only. Sometimes I feel that I am trying to sell glasses in the town populated by the blind. But whatever it is, and whatever the result will be, I am not going to go back. I am here to present to you with the current affairs news every day. Today, I am going to talk about a very important topic. The topic is on reservation. It's a hot and contentious topic in public debate as well. There are two recent developments which happened, and they demand our urgent attention to this topic. The first one is a petition was filed in the Supreme Court asking to introduce creamy layer in the SC and ST category. It means to expand the creamy layer net and include the SC and ST categories. The Supreme Court has directed the center to file its formal reply and offer suggestions what can be done and what the union wishes to do on that. Now, another development is that in Bihar Assembly, the leader of the opposition, Mr. Tejashwi Yadav, has announced that after winning the election, he will raise the reservation quota from 65% to 85%. These two have raked up the old reservation topic, and people debate and discuss on that. I shall try to explore the topic from many angles, and I begin the topic with one uh, major issue. How should we know that reservation is essential? There are constitutional provisions about reservation. This is not ungrounded or groundless. It is grounded in constitutional validity. The first thing is that in the fundamental rights, we have Article 15 and 16. They give direction to the state to ensure equality to the citizens in matters of public employment and admission to the educational institutions. There should be no discrimination on the ground, but along with that, it also provides special provisions on the basis of which the state can ensure social economic justice for marginalized backward sections of the society, and on the basis of that, the reservation exists as and stands on a firm ground today. Let us see what is the percentage of reservation in the center. The central government offers reservations to the backward caste 27%, SC is 15%, ST is 7.5%, and EWS, the newly categorized group, gets 10% reservation. This is the situation of reservation in our country. So far as the center is concerned, the central government is concerned, it is offering this reservation. In all, it stands at 59.5% in all, and the rest 40 plus 5 0.5%, 40.5% falls under unreserved category. Here we have many court judgments on reservation, and we will be talking one by one on those court judgments and rulings. One thing to note here is that states offer different level of reservation in their respective states on the grounds of the demography and the people of marginalized sections of society found there. Let us talk about one more aspect here. There are reservationists and anti-reservationists, and reservationists are those who are supporting the provision of reservation in government jobs and admission to the educational institutions. They are in fact vociferously demanding reservation for themselves and want to safeguard their right to reservation. But there are some people who are anti-reservationists, and they say that if there is a provision in the constitution, article 15 and 16 say that people are equal in front of law, and employment in the matter of employment and admission to the educational institutions, such discrimination should not be done. On the one hand, you ensure equality, on the other, you just take away that. What is the matter? But you must rest assured that this is constitutionally approved, and I shall try to give you reasons and try to justify the reasons. First of all, let us talk about one court ruling, that is Balaji versus State of Mysore. Balaji versus State of Mysore. The Supreme Court gave the judgment in 1962. The Supreme Court advocated a reservation for the marginalized, deprived, and underprivileged sections of the society, the backward sections of the society. It advocated it. Those who are socially and economically weak, they should be brought at par with the others in society. There is justice being done, not injustice to any section, any other section. This is what Balaji versus State of Mysore judgment says. Balaji versus State of Mysore judgment says that reservation is okay, but it should be within a reasonable limit. It should not exceed the ceiling of 50%, the cap of 50%, the limit of 50%. It should be within 50% and not exceed. This is what the Balaji case says. This case is viewed as an endorsement of formal equality, and people say that reservation, according to the Balaji case, is an exception or an aberration in the Constitution. They do not accept it. Now we move on to two categories of reservation, two perspectives to look at reservation. The first is formal equality and substantive equality. Formal equality ensures equality among all the people of India, irrespective of their caste, creed, or color. There is no discrimination on that basis in the treatment of different sections of society. There is no discrimination in formal equality. Substantive equality demands special provisions to ensure that the marginalized sections are mainstreamed, are brought back at par with others in society. The economically weaker and socially backward people should not be left to their fate and should be attempted by the state to come out of the many types of indignities that have been historically meted out to them. Let us see another Supreme Court ruling. The State of Kerala versus N.M. Thomas case. It was a seven-judge bench judgment. Seven-judge bench judgment. A sizable number of judges. It's the jury consisted of 7 judges. It was delivered in 1975. It offered the concept of substantive equality. Before that, substantive equality was not known to the people, but it offered the concept of substantive equality. State of Kerala versus N.M. Thomas, 1975. The court tried to establish that reservation is not an exception to the concept of equality, but as an assertion and continuation of the same. In the case of State of Kerala versus N.M. Thomas, the judges asserted that reservation is not an exception. When you talk about equality and on the other hand you offer reservation, this may be to many people an inequality, but the judges formally established in the ruling that this is not inequality, it is assertion of equality. It means we are just affirming that equality is not inequality. Equality and inequality cannot coexist. It means those who are deprived, marginalized, underprivileged, they should have the right to come at par with others in society in many ways, socially, economically. The point to be noted here is assertion and continuation of equality that the judges gave in this judgment. Let us talk about another judgment, Supreme Court judgment, Indira Sawhney case 1992. It's a very important judgment passed by 9 judge bench, 9 judge bench, that Kerala versus State of Kerala versus N.M. Thomas case consisted of 7 judges, but this consisted of 9 judges. What are the key points in this judgment? This judgment upheld 27% reservation for OBCs. 27% reservation that was proposed by the government was accepted by the Supreme Court in this case. The second key point in the case is the judges equated caste with class. It means that class in Europe or other parts of the world is a reality, but in India, instead of caste, a class, caste is the reality. Both are equal. This is the second most prominent point in the judgment of Indira Sawhney case 1992. It reaffirmed the 50% limit or cap or the ceiling as was stated in the judgment of Balaji 1962. But along with that, the judges noted in exceptional cases, this ceiling can be exceeded. Here was given a loophole. It can be exceeded. The reservation can go beyond 50% cap when the need is urgent and the reservation is urgently required to be provided. The other thing to be noted here in this judgment, Indira Sawhney case 1992, it provided the exclusion of the creamy layer in OBCs. The creamy layer in the OBCs who have a certain amount of income annually should be excluded from getting reservation. This was done in the Indira Sawhney case 1992. Creamy layer formula was accepted as valid by the Supreme Court, and it empowered the center to make laws to create a creamy layer in the OBC category. Those who are really in need of reservation should be provided reservation. Otherwise, those who get annual income of certain level should be excluded from getting reservation. Let us talk about a recent judgment in the Supreme Court, which established another category in reservation, that is EWS, economically weaker section. This case is called Janhit Abhiyan case 2022. It was delivered with 3-2 majority, and it upheld constitutional validity of EWS, economically weaker section. Some people had reservations. Reservations here means objections. Some people had objections on the validity of the EWS. They called it, it is given on the basis of the underprivileged and marginalized concept. This is totally wrong to include economically weaker sections from the unreserved category to get reservation. But the Supreme Court just outrightly rejected and endorsed the validity of EWS. 50% cap limit set in Indira Sawhney for backward classes. It also supported the 50% cap or the limit that was set in Indira Sawhney case for backward classes. EWS is a special category among the unreserved. The argument that the court gave justifying the EWS category reservation is that we are not taking away the right of other backward castes and scheduled tribes. We are not interfering in the cost in the reservation with the reservation of these categories. We are just taking a chunk from the unreserved itself. It means it is within reservation for the unreserved within the unreserved. Now, let us talk about what B.R. Ambedkar said about reservation. B.R. Ambedkar was not against offering reservations to the OBCs, other backward castes. He stated in the Constituent Assembly that it is not unjustified to offer reservations to these categories, but there should be reservation offered to the minority. Minority means not the Muslims or the Jains or Christians living in the country, but there should be a limited category enjoying reservation, not an unlimited and a vast and very expanded group, because that will nullify the very purpose behind offering reservation. Now, let us talk about caste census and reservation. In the recent past, we have seen a loud clamor for conducting caste census in the country. Why are the people demanding caste census? Because they want to show that a large chunk of population is deprived of the benefits that they deserve. They say that we have less representation as compared to our size of population, and they demand further expansion of the reservation. The limit should be raised for that. This is the reason why so many leaders are talking about offering reservations up to 85% and so on. Let us talk about Rohini Commission report. It came in 1980. It's very important report. It endorsed subcategorization among OBC castes. OBC castes should be subcategorized. It was uh, supported by this commission report. 97 seats in educational institutions are garnered by 25% OBC castes. It showed a glaring reality that there are 25% castes in the OBC categories who are enjoying 90%, 97% benefits. It means they have occupied 97% posts and benefits of admission in educational institutions, and other 75% are bereft. They are still deprived of reservation. This is the glaring divide within the OBC category as showed by the Rohini report. It also talked about 1000 castes or subcastes not given any reservation yet out of 2600 OBC castes. It means there are 2600 OBC castes and only 1600 are getting reservations, have got reservation. There is a large divide within that as well, but 1000 are standing at nil benefit of reservation. This is what a Rohini Commission report in 1980 submitted. Now come to the first thing where from we started. Scheduled castes. It has been demanded in the recent petition in the Supreme Court that among the scheduled castes also exists a creamy layer, and they should be excluded from the benefits of the reservation. The concentration of reservation benefits does exist in the SC categories, SC and ST categories, but by now there is no creamy layer category among SCs and STs, and that is why people are demanding that it should be expanded to SC and ST categories. It means creamy layer should be expanded. Now talk about a judgment called State of Punjab versus Davinder Singh 2024. The Supreme Court asked the central government to make suitable provisions for the exclusion of creamy layers from the SCs and STs. In this case, State of Punjab versus Davinder Singh 2024 Supreme Court, what did the Supreme Court ask the central government? To make suitable provisions for the exclusion of creamy layer from the SCs and STs. And it means it directed that there is a need to exclude the creamy layer among the SCs and STs from the benefits of reservation. But the center replied that it cannot be applied to, or you can say creamy layer does not apply to them. Creamy layer cannot be applied and does not apply. There is difference between the two. When you say cannot be applied, it means you are cancelling the possibility, striking up the possibility of it being applied in future as well. It does not apply till date. The Supreme Court, the government responded to the query of the Supreme Court. Why can't there be creamy layer for SCs? There are many reasons why can't be creamy layer in the SCs and ST category. The first one is vacancies for SC and STs are not filled. There are backlogs. It means the number of seats allotted to the SCs and STs remain unfilled or remain vacant. That is why there will be a greater number of seats will fall in the backlog, and there will be no justification to do that. When unfilled vacancies will grow, they will create greater backlog, and backlog then will be converted into unreserved vacancy. Unreserved vacancy, it means the benefit that should have gone to those SC and ST categories will be reaped by the unreserved category. It will amount to their rightful share of representation. Here we are denying, if we are going to bring into net of the creamy layer SCs and STs categories, we are going to deny them their rightful share of representation. Their representation will further dip and decrease. That is why this is not justifiable on the part of the government to do that. This is what they have. It means the center has asserted. Now come to the conclusion. Subcategorization among OBC castes can be done. Yes, there can be subcategorization of OBC castes, and a layered manner of offering reservation from bottom to the upper level can be taken up as an option. The second thing is two-tier system of reservation among SC and STs can be adopted so that the subcastes are equitably represented. Yes, there are some castes among the SCs and STs who are reaping the benefits of reservation, and the others are deprived of it in spite of reservation as the state policy, but they are not getting the benefits. They are lagging behind their own peers, and this can be done to ensure justice subcategorization in SC and STs, so that the bottom down and upper layers can be justifiably given their share and representation and taken up in the social ladder. Thank you very much. I think this video will be very helpful to all of you. Please try to promote my channel. As I have said, I am trying to sell glasses in the city populated by the blind. Let that not happen. If you love me, please promote my channel. Thank you again.